So we are upgrading the brushless motor in this car. It has a cheap one in it, and we are putting in a 4,000 kV HobbyWing motor and ESC combo. And then of course we're gonna see how it actually performs. Before we had a real cheap kit in there. It wasn't as fast as it should be. It ran batteries down real quick. It got super hot real fast. And the servo didn't fit in here, so I had to modify this chassis. So I got a chassis off of our old parts car and cleaned it up real good. And that's what we put in here. I'm gonna show you how I did that real fast. And now this is all that's left of our parts car here. Now our other Holyton car that we converted to this desert journey is a 3,300 kV motor, while again, we're putting a 4,000 in this one.
Wow!
So it'll be really cool to see the difference in the motors. They're the exact same kits except for the kV of the motor, which indicates power versus speed. These two screws are completely worn away from concrete. So since we're not really able to reuse this chassis, I'm just gonna have to cut into it and grab them with some side cutters. Now look how short that screw is. I might see if I can get one of these in there. It's amazing that that bulkhead holds on with screws like that. Even with the ultra torquey motors, I have yet to have an issue with a plastic spur gear on one of these. The way this car comes in the box, there's just one plate here that comes up to about right there. And one of the big problems I've had is that plate catching on concrete or something and bending. That's what's going on with this one right here. So I added this second one, and that has helped a lot, but I actually did that to this car too and ended up popping off in a bad landing. Oh. And then the other one started bending back as well. All right, gonna have to get them all started with these. Again, just use the edge of the screw and cut into it with the cutters. Here you can see how torn up it had gotten. Broken bumper, torn up chassis. This differential is on its last leg. It's actually been pretty stiff for a while. Probably falling apart inside. I've got an extra one here, so I'll show you the difference. It's an internal problem for sure. Listen to it. Here's what it should sound like. Smooth as butter. I'll open up this differential in a little bit and see what's destroyed in there. Now's the perfect time to throw this new-ish bumper on, because this one is... I've seen these available off and on, so if it's available now, I will put a link in the description for it. One of the big problems with these screws holding this front skid plate on was that they would bend and break off real easily. So I'm going to try some beefier screws like this. They're grabbing really well, and I know they're thicker, but I don't really mind them getting scratched up. I just don't want them to pull out. I was thinking about using a thick piece of steel instead of this thinner steel that they use, but I'm afraid that this extra rigidity would cause breakage in the chassis or somewhere else. I think that'll hold up quite a bit better. The steering servo plug gets plugged into the number 1 slot of the receiver, and the ESC gets plugged into the number 2 slot. Nothing looks broken in there at first glance. Has a broken pin. It's supposed to be 4 of them. There's only 3. The other one's right there. All 4 of them are broken shorter than they're supposed to be. We've got a cracked shock mount here, so I've got a brand new one we're gonna throw on there real quick. Okay, we've got the wires nice and tamed down with a couple zip ties here. Putting a Gens Ace bashing battery in there. Just be careful, don't go like crazy right away.
I'm just trying to do a standing left flip. Oh yeah.
All right, and well look, you just broke it. You literally just broke it.
What's that break?
I'm not sure yet.
Can you look?
Looks like you bent. Oh yeah, broken axle.
Why'd you just pull the wheel off?
The axle broke. All right, new axle. Went off the side.
And then I did another axle.
Jeez. Did that hurt a little bit? Yeah.
It already broke again.
Yep, but this time it is the actual knuckle. You smoked her. Okay, now it's my turn. Luckily, I had a new knuckle in stock that I was able to install. Jeez, this thing's crazy. Oh, God. Ah. Ah. I don't know what that was. Something's no good. We lost rear wheel drive. I don't think anything broke. I think it just flexed. And that rear axle popped out. Oh! Oh man, we lost the control arm. It's our second one we've ever lost. I was actually very surprised at how much this thing broke today. It usually does a lot better than that. Anyway, it will be interesting to see this compared to the other one that we have. We'll be doing a speed test on them and some other performance comparisons. I found some aluminum knuckles for these cars. I'm gonna test it out on our other one because that's the one that I use primarily, and we'll see how those work. And if they work really well, we'll get them for this car too. Thanks for watching, and check out some of these other videos here, and here for more awesome content. Hit the subscribe button right here if you haven't done that yet, and we will see you next time.